hindsight again, it would be like being a young player is like learn, and earn. Like that's I'd really have that drilled into my head. It's like you don't get anything. There's no freebies. There's no feeling sorry for yourself. You have to learn something first. That could be the game, the mental side, whatever, and then earn trust, earn your spots on the team. I would definitely. Now this is different. I don't know, just probably ignorance at the time, probably out of my control, but or not knowing any different. I would get around more pros. I would find a way to get around more pros. Like Mike Foligno used to walk around. I used to go to the gym that he owned a little bit, but I never. I don't know if it didn't feel like he was approachable. Don't know if it was. I was too nervous, or I didn't have the right questions, or I didn't want the right
Sorry,
questions.
whose gym did you say?
Mike Foligno.
Mike Foligno.
Yeah, yeah. He was like one of my, like that's from Sudbury, Ontario. That was one of the guys, man. It's like Mike Foligno. Like wow, he walked like I'd see him just walking. I'd be like, I'd like to walk like that.
Yeah.
No, seriously.
Is he related to the Foligno?
Yeah, it's his kids.
Oh, it's his kids.
Yeah.
Cool.
Plant corn, you get corn.
Yeah. Seriously.
Right?
Yeah.
No, seriously.
Yeah.
So like Mike Foligno was like that was wow, Mike Foligno. So, but what I would do if I could do this all over again is I'd get around more pros. I mean, you want to get as much information from the people that you can. So like the way I do a lot of things when I was trying to help myself later in life was getting around the most successful people that I possibly could, which I couldn't get to. So I'd read books on them and learn their habits and stuff. But if you can get around them so you can see, okay, you're normal. Oh my God, they work hard or they don't. Like there's some guys that were just talented, but being around them more and more and more and just being able to ask questions, because you know what, guys do help. You would see a young guy come around that's hungry and that's actually pretty good. You'll get the help. I didn't know that, man. I was shy and all that stuff, but where do you find them? But you go and seek it, right? So that's something that I would do: pick their brains, learn the little details about hockey, and find out where they work out. Like, and I know they're all good. Not all. Mike Foligno was a good human being, but if I would have like knocked on his door or found him at rinks and stuff like that and asked him questions, I guarantee he would have helped me. I just didn't know any better.
Yeah, and so two things. One is people normally like to help people. You get the odd pro guy that thinks they're the best ever and will tell you to piss off, and that sucks. But for the most part, guys, people are pretty open to helping. It feels good to help people. So when you go and ask someone a question, they want to help. But I found that for most of the guys that we have had around here, most of the pro guys, none of them are like, there's a time and a place. Obviously, don't be obnoxious when they're in the middle of a set of squats that you ask them for an autograph. But if you're genuinely asking them when the time's right and you approach them, most guys are able and they want to help.
Well, like back then, the gyms weren't the same as they were now, but it could have been just simply like, yeah, I do a lot of running. One of the next things, if it was me being the pro or me being the way I'm with kids now, it's like, I'm going to the hill tomorrow if you want to come. What? I can run with you? One guy that Sudbury Wolves did that. We used my neighbor, right? I couldn't. I remember to this day. He bought me a chocolate milk after. I remember the socks he was wearing. I remember everything about it. His hairy legs. I was like, I'm running with a guy that plays for the Sudbury Wolves, and I'm 10. Wow. So like little things like that, yeah, they would be helpful. So you got to seek it though. You don't know.
Well, and this goes. I don't want to jump the gun, but maybe the more general point of that is like, yeah, you want to be on pros, but it kind of goes into you want to be in a good environment in general. So I don't know if I'm maybe jumping the gun on you.
Yeah, I got it later, but
well, whatever. So so this is one thing that
go ahead.
We were talking about this a couple weeks back. We had a meeting with some parents, and we were talking about some skill development stuff, and their kids are young, so they're just starting to be introduced to PowerTech and kind of the stuff that we do here and whatever. And I remember we were talking, and one of the guys asked a question of, well, like kind of like, what do you guys offer that's different than this guy that also does skills and stuff like that? And we didn't end up getting into enough detail to answer the question, but the way I would answer that question is, it's not just about skills. It's not just about practice. It's not just about working out. It's not just about your eating. It's about everything. And it's about having the environment all the time, or as much of the time as you can get there. Because we talk about it all the time. You become the people that you hang out with. Whoever is in your circle, you're going to start to be more like them. You can fight it as much as you want. You're going to start to be like the people you're with. So if you're mostly with people that are doing hockey things or doing sports things or doing self-improvement things or have good habits or whatever. It doesn't just have to be a hockey player or a pro hockey player or whatever. If you're just in an environment where everything that you're getting all day is going to contribute to you getting to where you want to go, that's a place you want to be in. And that's the difference. That's the difference when you get into a high quality place that has a culture where that is the norm, as opposed to I go to this gym just to do a workout, or I just go to this skills coach to work on my skills. The environment piece is huge. And I think that's kind of the underlying principle. Obviously,
100%.
there's way more juice you can get when it's guys that are pros. But if, like you said,
or junior,
or junior, but like you said, you wanted to be around successful people and you didn't have access. So you created virtual or an artificial environment, and that's something else. That's a way that you can do that. But that's the kind of the greater point is put yourself in if you could go back and do it again, you would put yourself in that environment as much as possible.
Immerse yourself in it, because really nothing else matters when you look back at it, right? And then you see the little habits, like just to talk about what you're saying. It's like the guys that come and work here. There's been a couple guys that started working here, and it didn't take them but a week or two before they changed their eating habits.
Seriously,
who the hell's coming in here with a 12-inch sub when everybody else is eating cut up chicken or whatever on salad or veggies? And it's like, oh, everyone eats healthy here. You don't fit in. So it's just like osmosis, if that's the right term.
Yeah. Same with the workouts, man. Yeah.
Same with the workouts. The kids just start seeing, it might even be the style of clothing for a lot of the times, but people just kind of transition to being, just to fit in. It's cool to have a journal and write down your workouts. It's cool to drink water all day. It's like you see the boys eating, and it's like the kids want to eat like that. So it's like all healthy stuff.
Yeah.
Right. And then you see the older guys working out like hard, and everyone's going, wow, okay, I want to do that too. Right.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about this place is that we'll have some NHL guys here, or we'll have some OHL college guys here working out or mingling with other kids, and people look up to them and go, wow. And then they see the work ethic, and it's like, that's what you want.
Well, it's even after the workout last night, and before, we hung out for 15 minutes and are throwing the football around in the gym here, right? Yeah. And the boys are asking me about, like, one of the kids, while we're just tossing the football around, one of the kids goes, like, how could you be not good at fighting? Like, talking about hockey fights. And so I was saying to him, not that I'm not the hockey fight expert, but I was just saying it's harder than you think, man. He's like, yeah, but like your face is so big. Like, how can you miss when you're in like these kind of comments? Yeah. Just little kid things that they don't know yet, And now we're talking hockey. We're talking different elements of being tough, or different elements of how you get through games and whatever. And it's they're hanging out. They're not in a rigorous mental training meeting. It's just we're just hanging out, and that's what they're doing instead of at the skate park with their backpack.
Yeah.
And it's an important thing, man.
Yeah. Well, it was just funny yesterday in between sets. I went to a couple of the kids because they weren't here last week. Say, hey, boys, how you doing? Like, laughing and joking. And they come up, hey, coach, whatever. Hey, I'm working on that shot that you were working on. And he goes, I'm in my basement, blah, 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 doing this. And the other one goes, yeah, that was good. Like, I started getting it. Did you notice it? And it's like, yeah, dude. So, and it's like, it just reinforces, look, the whole thing. It's awesome.